For everybody that don't know me, my name is Jasmine. Don't look at me. So my husband kind of gave a brief testimony of mine, but going a little bit more into detail. I lost my kids 2017. After that, I got very much into my addiction. I was very hopeless, suicidal. I overdosed twice, and I just really just got deep in depression and just basically had my apartment into a trap house, and it just got very bad. People that I know I shouldn't trusted was just coming in and out my house. I met my husband, and at that time I didn't really tell people my kid's situation or anything, because I knew friends on the streets are not really friends.
Right.
That's just what it is. And so I kept that private until we started dating, getting a little bit more serious, is when he started like finding out little piece by piece here and there. But really just having him be supportive and kind of telling me like, you didn't lose, to me, it was like, I lost them, it's been over 5 years, I'm never gonna get my kids back, that's just what it is, I accepted it, and I was like, that's what it is. But by the grace of God, like, he started speaking life into me, and I know I always had my sister praying for me, but at that time I was very ashamed, and I was very like, I didn't want to come around because I was embarrassed in my situation. I felt just hopeless, and I didn't want to see nobody because it reminded me of the situation that I was in, and that seeing my sister with her kids, it reminded me that I didn't have my kids anymore, and it hurt too much. But having my husband speak life into me and just tell me like, hey, like, you can't get your kids back, like, that doesn't mean it's the end, like, you're okay, like. And so we started looking into lawyers. We started like just the process, and it took a long time. It was a lot of battles and a lot of like just going through it. And time after time, I did parenting classes. I did substance abuse classes. I did everything that the judge didn't even require me. Thank you. That the judge didn't even require me to do. I was doing on my own just to try to prove that I was good to have my kids back. And every time we would go to court, I felt defeated because they would say like, no, that's still not good enough. No, they're already residents of California. And I kept feeling like I was getting hit in the gut over and over and over. And I was like, man. But we were coming to church, we were finally married, and my sister and my brother-in-law kept telling me like, just continue to contend, continue just to pray like you never prayed before. And every time me and my husband would go to court, we would literally wake up early in the morning, and he would tell me, he's like, look, remember all those birthdays, holidays, all those days that you missed out with your kids, and just beg God, like, please bring my kids back with everything you have. And I remember just crying so hard and begging God, like, please just give me my kids back, to the point like I felt like I just had nothing left in me, and I'm begging God, please, please, please. And finally, it comes to the point that we get visitation. I'm even happy with visitation. I'm happy to bring them back around, and they finally met my husband, and they've seen our family, they've seen everybody again, and it was crazy because it was just like, man, it gave me a new kind of hope again. And just one day we went to court, and it was crazy. It was crazy because before we went into the courtroom, the person that had guardianship told my attorney that they were no longer going to terminate the guardianship. And so I'm telling my husband like, oh my God, we're gonna go through this again. And my husband's like, look, don't even look that way. Let's pray, like, God, put your hand of protection over this courtroom, over this judge. Any attack from the enemy, do not let it in this courtroom. Whatever outside, who cares? But in this courtroom, let only them see the truth, them see God and you. Like, and we just were sitting there in the court lobby just praying and praying and praying. He had to stay outside of the courtroom because we barely had Josiah. Josiah was like maybe a month or two old. And I went in the courtroom, and that's what really made me believe God is a God of miracles. miracles, because before that I've never had an encounter with God. And at that moment, the judge was said her name, said my name, and went straight to the guardian. Was like, "Do you want to go forward with this termination of guardianship?" And she said yes. And then it's like, "Okay, cool, Mom, you agree?" I was like, "Yes." And I was so confused because outside in the lobby, she was literally cussing up a storm and was like, "F this, I'm not gonna terminate, I don't care," and just doing the most. And so our court was literally like 2 minutes. The judge signed off of it. It was like, okay. We went back to the lobby. My attorney didn't even come to me. He went straight to her and went talking to her. So I went up to my husband and I'm like, "I think we got the boys back." And he's like, "What do you mean you think? Like, what happened? Like, you?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Like, I don't know." And so my attorney came back up to me. He's like, "I'm telling her we want them today." And she was trying to prolong it, like, "No, no, no. We'll do tomorrow, whatever." It was weird because she started getting mad again. She started cussing. The bailiff even had to go up to her and was like, "Hey, you need to calm down. She's cussing up a storm." And I was like, "Wait, so we get the kids?" And he's like, "Yeah." She said, "You get the kids in court. She can't go back on it now. The judge already signed it off. That's what it is." And so at that moment, I was like, "Heck no, we don't want none of their stuff. I want my kids now. Like, bring me my kids." And so long story short, we end up getting them. But that moment is what showed me God is real, because literally what we prayed for, no attack from the enemy, nothing evil going in there. They only see the truth. They see God in us. They see God in me. And that's what happened. Like, it was like when she walked out of that courtroom, the blind was off. Like, she was furious of what she said. She didn't even realize what she said, and that's because God's hand of protection was over that courtroom. God did not let any attack from the enemy prevail. And that's what just keeps me, even when I feel sometimes like it gets overwhelming, or sometimes I feel stressed out, because not only do we have kids, we go to church, and we're now taking on a lot of responsibility in the church, in ministry, and sometimes it does get a lot, like, we're only human. But things like that experience is what just keeps me pushing, like, you know what, I don't want my own life back. I'm glad I have my kids, I'm glad I have my daughter, like, I don't want that life, and I don't want to go back at all. And I'm glad I have my husband, and I'm glad we changed our lives, and I'm just like, I'm so just happy, and I'm just so genuinely happy. It's not for fake, it's not like just putting on a smile in front of family or whatever. No, it's just, I'm genuinely happy where we're at right now, and I know we still have so much more farther to go within our walk with God, and just even as a family, but I'm just really happy where God has brought us.